if that isn't the most prominent sign of capitalism that you can ever see, when you work at a place and you don't even get to use the same services. Because what's the point of getting paid if I can't get your stuff for free? Sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's been a while since I've been on. Sorry about that. Well, not sorry. I spent time with my wife because she'll be gone all of February. She'll be gone all of February. She'll be gone all of February because we have to take care of my niece and my nephew. And they're really far. So we're splitting time between multiple places. But she was like, she's going to go. And I'm gonna stay here. And I was like, well, can I come with you? And she's like, no, there's just not enough like space. Like there's just not enough room. So there's not enough room for like all of us. And then I have to bring my PC to like work too. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense. But it's also not that far. So it's like I still get to see her, but just sort of like once a week instead of like three days a week. So that's how it's going to go. That's why we're gonna be here all of February, except for the 7th. 7th is a friend's birthday party. But welcome. That's why I've been gone, spending time with my wife, just spending time here. And as you may notice, the vibe of today. Sorry, the vibe. That's. Do you think back then, like how old is the word vibe? Vibe dictionary. Because do you think people? Do you think Beethoven said back then that the vibe of his songs were immaculate? You think Beethoven said the vibe of his songs was pure and just and right in this cruel and awful world? That it has a vibrance that cannot be beat, that cannot be matched. Anyways, we're vibing today to some classical music because today's going to be a very, very interesting day. First off, we have the accountability circle. We have a lot of things to do for the accountability circle, namely that it has to come back. Second, Karen has released the climbing game, and I figured we'd do the climbing game because there's a very important set of feelings that I have to get out there, and it's sort of difficult to get those feelings out because those feelings are difficult to hold. They're hot. They burn in your hands. There's something. We'll get to it when we get to it, but there's something there that I want to do, and also I mean to like. I've just been feeling like we should play a climbing game. You know what I mean? It's been a while. The first use of the word vibe, by the way, was in 1935. What? Who wrote this in 1935? What? Okay, this other article says it was the earliest use was in 1968. It's a noun from the 1940s. Chat. The vibes. It was a noun since the 1940s. Wait, when the vibes were coming, the first few pages of results yielded 3 results. References to sex toys. Okay, I don't know about that one. I feel like that one's AI slop. And then finally, we're going to be doing a experimental segment. So I tested this last night. So this is why today's stream might blow up. It's because I have no clue how this is going to work. Last night, what I got up to was testing the VR chat programming thing, and we can actually do like a co-op working session. We can actually do like a co-working session. You can join VR chat and you can see my screen in VR chat, and it actually kind of works. I've only tried it on desktop though, so I don't know how the performance is going to be on VR, but that VR CDN service, which if you don't know, I mean, here, maybe I'll just show my browser now because there's a lot of things that I have to show you on my browser and that I want to show you on my browser. Sorry, it's gonna get loud. I need it. Shut up! Sorry, the pianist, he doesn't know how to like stay quiet. He gets way too up in his stuff. Sorry. Also, epilepsy warning. This service is really good for $4 a month. It's more expensive to roll your own service using AWS's stuff because AWS streaming service. AWS has like this thing. They have like a low latency streaming thing, and this thing costs more to do yourself than to use this service for $4. It's actually kind of impressive how cheap this service is compared to what it takes to get going on AWS. If you consider time and learning, and if you consider the risk that AWS can overcharge your account by thousands of dollars if you don't do it right. So it's kind of interesting. The pianist ego, Oz. So this service. Wait, Oz what? I don't know what I said. Sorry, our short-term memory loss. We're going to be using this to do some programming in the VR chat after the stream today. So in about 4 hours, 5 hours, we'll climb for 4 or 5 hours. You can download VR chat and join me in VR chat. Even if you don't have a VR headset, you can even join on desktop. And you can join me as we go on and try to program. You're saying AWS with a lot of W. Oh. I thought you were saying aw. Is it like aw? AWS is so cute. Aw, AWS, AWS. Yeah, it's actually sort of fascinating to sort of see how many different services AWS has now, because it's I didn't expect it actually. I did not expect AWS to have so many different services, but they really have everything under the sun now, and all of their products. Genuinely, I don't know how they run all of this, because like look at this. This is not a small amount of services. This is like every single page and every single one has a level of complexity that you would find in a standalone product, but you get it all within one suite, and it's sort of impressive how the integration is. Like I always knew that the integration was really good, because every place that I've worked at has used a lot of AWS services, because it is cheaper than hiring a sysadmin, at least in the short term. Long term, it can get really expensive, but short term, it's pretty good. But look, they even have game lift surveys and streams. You can stream games. So remember that failed service from Google, for instance. You can just do that now. So you can make your own failed service, just like Google. I actually don't know. I don't know who uses this actually, because it's like, wouldn't like if Google failed, how you're gonna fail? You know what I mean? Like this isn't gonna work. But you can just do this if you want to. You can stream a game from a GPU to your thing. I bet you there's people out there who use this to play games at 60 FPS on a 5090 Ti, 69 67 420 straight to their desktop. Their shitty laptop from 2010. They probably use this to play really good games. And you can even run surveys. Granted, they don't really have a good track record, because I think their MMO is I'm pretty sure their MMO is dead. But wait, what? Apex Legends migrates to Amazon Game List servers in just 10 days. But sorry, what? Unleashing Squid Game? What do you mean? What? What? Dead by Daylight? The Dark Tide? Marvel? Now, I have actually used AWS for game servers before. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Both for like, for fun, just like test this idea of game servers, and also like real game servers that are fully done, like Minecraft and stuff. Thank you. But to know that they have their own separate service for it now is interesting, because at least the way that I did it before was you would just spin up like a Docker container. You would use any of their, 9 million different ways to run a Docker container. It really depends on how complex you want to get and like how cheap you want to get. And it worked very fine. It actually worked great, because it's all separate and it's very easy to manage. But now you actually get to host your own game servers, and this is just one of many different services that they have. So I was checking this out, and honestly, to look at the price and the amount of work that you have to go into to make your own live stream, this is a steal. This is $4 a month, and it's actually really solid. It's a low latency. Genuinely low latency. When I tested it, it was maybe a second at most. It was really, really good, and that was in like, I would say, moderate conditions, because I was doing 2 simultaneous streams at the same time. So this is really, really good, and it's not that hard to get going alongside a normal stream. Though I can sort of see the difficulty if you want to do like a very bespoke setup for, say, I've been reading about this. There's people who like do it as like a DJ. Like if you're a DJ, you like DJ and you send your music over into the thing so that you can stream the music into the service. But I don't really know how that works, because their terms of service says you can't stream copyrighted things. So I'm not really sure how it works if you consider that there's like a DJ thing. But I think it's because you can pay for a private server. Sorry, for a private stream, which I also don't know what that means, because it's like, what does that? And also they say that you have a chat, but I can't see the chat. So I don't know what to do about that. But there's a chat somewhere. Sorry, I just want to read this really quickly. How did Apex Legends migrate? Player connectivity. How did they cut over the conclusion? Okay, thanks. That's a very quick conclusion. Okay, Amazon Lift. What the Squid Game? Mobile game. Okay, thanks. How Blue Origin. Case studies. Okay, thanks. Case studies. Okay, nice webpage. So that's what I got up to last night. And then I checked out this thing. The Independent Games Festival. I never really know chat, Sag. Okay, so what's funny is that they say that you have a chat. It's here. If you're a CDN Patreon, it's probably the best way to see it. Does this dox me? Everything I use today now doxes me. Although I'm behind okay, I actually did a bunch of things. But it says that you actually get a live chat and you get VODs as well. Here we go. The chat community. I'm not really sure what exactly this means by the chat community, but you apparently get a chat community somewhere. I just don't see the chat community. So I don't know if I'm getting the full value from it, but it's not like I would use that chat community anyways, because the main usage of it is as a stream into VR chat for the programming segment. So it is sort of interesting. It's also got a limit of 40 viewers. It's sort of odd where it's like if you go, because like every single person who joins the world to view the stream is going to be a viewer, and so it's like you have to limit it to 40 people. So if you're running like a DJ party, let's say, and you run a club. And apparently people have been able to run it for over 1,000 users because they have a policy for if you have above 1,000 users. And I have a feeling that they have that policy because someone tried. I think it's like every single person who watches your stream in the world, who like joins the world and automatically loads it on the video player is a viewer, right? And so it's like, I wonder what you can do with this, because I don't even know if you can get 1,000 people on a viewer chat instance. So how do you even get 1,000 viewers on the service? Maybe it's shared across multiple worlds. That could be an interesting thing where it's like you use that one service and it's like you use the same video player and you just stream the same video to multiple instances, so it feels like everyone's in the same space. Does the Ouroboros eat the peeled skin? I guess it has to. Yeah, thank you for thinking about the implications, right? The Ouroboros eats its own tail. It then sucks itself inside, right? When does it eat its own head? That's the confusion. But it just keeps on going because it's not like the Ouroboros gets smaller. All the Ouroboros can do is just constrict itself. I actually used to have a ring. It was a really cool ring. It was not a cock ring. It was a real ring, and it actually constricted itself. And it was in the shape of a snake. It was such a cool ring. It suffocates. Wait, is that actually the story? Like it suffocates? Ouroboros. Suffocation. I actually know nothing about it. Okay, r/inscription. So, Ouroboros just being... Okay, the Ouroboros entered Western tradition via ancient Greek iconography. Does it actually... I mean, I guess it makes sense that it would suffocate, but at the same time, like the snake's tail is smaller, right? So let's look at this like 18th century drawing of... Why does the snake have feet? Wait, sorry, what? An Ouroboros in a 14th century drawing in an alchemical tract. What is this? 15th century depiction of an Ouroboros from the alchemical treatise Aurora Consurgens. In Zurich, Rheinau, 172. The snake is eating itself, it's getting burnt alive, and this person's making focaccia. Why are they making focaccia as the thing is burning? What is this? Illustration of an angel. That's an angel? See, one day we have to go through all these old pieces of art, because all these old pieces of art are copyright free. B, they're weird. Senior Zadith carries the key that opens the treasure house of wisdom. A statue of an ancient sage holds the tablet of wisdom in a temple. Is inscribed in the silvery water. The chimera in Athenor. I can't show that. Then we're also talking about the world serpent, Jormungandr, that's so big that it wraps around so much that it reaches its tail. See, what is... Yeah, because like isn't a Jormungandr... Sorry, we're just gonna ignore the fact that what we just saw. Okay, that's old art. There's nothing I can do. It's art. It's art. Because like Jormungandr and the Ouroboros, aren't they the exact same? So if there's no difference between the two, then why is it so confusing to have these two different creatures here? But also, like, what is the difference then between them if they both basically do the same thing? Realistically, isn't Jormungandr just a fully grown Ouroboros? Like, realistically, the Ouroboros, right? If they stopped using it for alchemy, it might become the world ender. Or something. I don't know. Much larger snake, yeah. But now think about it, right? If it can't eat itself, it just eats, like, the old skin from its tail. I don't know how to say this, but, like, dogs do dogs do this. My dog, there's like a lot of... Sorry. There's a lot to talk about. But first off, my dog, she does this, where she looks at the tail, and she nibbles on it. Like, she sees her tail, and she's like, ooh, it's a treat. And I always have to, like, stop her. And I always have to, like, distract her, because I have to let her know, like, no, like, that's your tail. Like it's on your body. It hurts you. And I know that it hurts her when she tries to do it, because she doesn't like it. But it's like... I don't know how to tell her, like, it's her tail. Stop playing with it, because it's, like, balding. But, like, she's been balding, but it's balding more now. Anyways, that's Ragnarok, everyone. So, anyways, it all starts with the snake. It's like looking at your hand too long that it feels like it's not your hand. Yes, that's exactly it. I was thinking about that. That like maybe dogs do that with their own limbs. Because like if you ever see a dog, it is funny to think that they nibble on their limbs. Because they nibble on their legs, they nibble on their other legs. I guess it's just all legs. I guess it's all legs. They nibble on their body, and it's funny because they stare at it. And she stares at it first. She looks at it longingly, as if it's like a how do dogs wear pants? Don't get me started. I know what image they are talking about. How do dogs wear pants image? It's this image. Shit. Okay, the only link I could find was the Washington Post. Sorry. Not that they're like bad, but I just don't know why it's the only image. Yeah, exactly. It's like how do they wear pants? I mean, this is the thing, right? It depends. I have a theory that the answer actually lies on the pants. Because how many pants have you seen that have four legs? I've never seen any pants with four legs. I've only seen dog pants with four legs, and dog clothing is weird because they wear it from the top, with a hole for the tail as well as a hole for their like for their genitals so they can pee. So I feel like this question was already solved. Our pants wouldn't even make sense on them, and their pants have already been designed. You think there's another option? Why not the pants only in the front legs? That's a good option too, actually. Because realistically, right? If they don't need the warmth and you need to make sure that they don't piss the pants, then you just do the pants on the front leg. Yeah. And then the hole would fit around their neck, and you could use the belt like belt loop as almost like a collar. And it's even better than a collar if you hate your dog because you can choke it because it'll choke the shit out of your dog. It's actually kind of it's a win-win if you hate dogs. You keep them warm so they live longer so you can hate them more. It's actually kind of the best if you hate dogs. Pants are a social construct. So what's funny is that I got up to a lot. While I was gone, I also like watched a mini documentary on this tribe that was that actually like went from being tribal to being a part of society, if that makes sense. Not that like they weren't a part of the world before, but like a part of like a modern, not like a part of like a metropolitan society, right? And the most interesting thing about that was that the woman said that they can never go back to being naked because before they were completely naked. Like I can't show you it because it's like vagina and titties everywhere, and it's so the way that they dressed was that to hide the vagina, it was like a single string going into the slit of the vagina, and it had like the labias on the side. And then for the guys, it was just like a tiny bag for the penis. It looked like a chastity cage, but their balls were hanging free. So it's like that's what they had before. They were basically naked everywhere else, right? They had maybe some things around like neck and stuff, but like that's it. But when they were integrated into a metropolitan society, they found clothing and they started wearing clothing, and the woman could not go back to not wearing clothing. It was interesting to hear them say that. It was like, oh, like that's one of the most interesting changes. Not to say that like it's to say something about the state of the world, but to say that it is really like a social construct. Like it's like every single piece of clothing is only there because we want each other to wear it, but also because in a way you get trained by society to want to wear it too. Because honestly, when I think about going back to being naked, like let's say sleeping naked, it doesn't feel as good. I don't know. It just doesn't seem as appealing anymore. Whereas like if I sleep in a very comfortable pair of shorts, like man, that's great. Though I still sleep topless. Every shirt gets too tight as you sleep because it like chokes you, and I don't know how to say that without sounding weird. Other things I got up to, I watched this show. Sorry, just to finish talking about this. So I checked this. And there's a bunch of games on here, some that aren't even released yet. And I don't know how this thing works because the show isn't even until March, but they've already decided. So I feel like it's better than a game award show. But also, like, some of these games don't even exist yet. Like Titanium Court isn't even out yet. Perfect Tides, I don't think was out yet. Like, a lot of these games aren't out yet. But there's a lot of games that we've played on stream that have gone on there, too. Like Eclipsium, Blippo. It's actually interesting to, like, see. Angeline Era, Grand Prize. I'm like, yes! At least I think this is, like, who is up for nomination for these pieces. So, it's sort of fascinating to sort of see this. I don't know exactly how this whole thing works. I've always known about the Independent Games Festival, but I never knew how to like watch it and exactly how the format works. Then, also while I was gone, found a great new show called Blank Menu. The Blank Menu for You. This is an amazing show, and you should watch this. It's on Netflix if you have Netflix. There's other places where you can find it too. It's one of the best shows ever because this guy, this chef, okay, Kang Rok Choi, this chef, he won Master Chef Korea. And then he was on Culinary Class Wars. He doesn't have a Wikipedia, but he does have a wiki, and I don't really know. You cannot access from the current IP. Okay, thanks. Thank you, VPN. I really appreciate that. This guy is so awkward, and yet he's the host. He's effectively the host of the show. He's a chef, but he's a bit like me, where he talks very slowly. Or I guess I don't really talk that slowly, but I am kind of weird. And it's sort of fascinating his story because you learn about his story, you learn about his failures, and then you see him work and you realize, yeah, I kind of get why you failed. But then you also realize this is why he succeeded. He's a genuinely weird character. Great show. They sit down, they talk. It's like a podcast where they cook the food for somebody based on a letter that they write. And it's not even, and it's edited like a South Korean show. So it's a very slow, peaceful editing. It's not fast paced. It's not built for drama. It's built for a conversation. And it has moments of silence. So many moments of silence because he himself is a silent person. He stops between phrases to get his words out. And when it has those moments, it feels like it's inviting you to think about what he's saying too. And he says some truly profound things, like that time when someone told him that saying the wrong thing is worse than hurting them physically. And he took that to heart, and so that's why he talks as slow as he does, because he wants to make sure that he's saying the right thing, as opposed to people like me who go live on stream and say whatever we want. Like, I don't know, the earth is flat. I'm just kidding, the earth is not flat. It's like the Bible. Smartphones are the apple. Wait, what? Smartphones are the apple. What is the apple of Eden? Apple? Wait a minute, you're right. But you're right. Yeah, because she ate the apple. They both ate the apple, and then they knew the world, right? Like they gained the ability to like know and think. And then they got thrown away because the snake tricked them. But also, like, it's God's fault, because why would he put the apple there? V-neck shirt for nighttime. I've tried V-necks. The V-neck kind of works, but the problem is that the way that I sleep in bed is I shift. So I don't know how to say this. I'll just draw it. Let me draw how I sleep at night. Sorry for the flashback. Just sorry. This is take Krita away from the stream, please. Okay, but you have to see. You have to see this. This is all my recent images. Miss Piggy Shibari concept, Super Mario dying within soup rooms, the car, this Shibari love when we were trying to make the soup room itself, and artwork by me, and then this. This is amazing. And if this list grows longer and longer, it's gonna look so stupid. New image? Sure. This is how I sleep. Okay? Frida gang, it's it's still on Miss Piggy. Sorry, it's still on the Miss Piggy color palette. This is the bed. Okay? Imagine this is the bed. And you get the bed. Okay? Imagine this is the bed. And you're looking at it from the top down. I got the perspective lines wrong. It's kind of like this. Okay? So you're looking at the bed from the top. It's kind of wavy because, you know, I pound my wife, and so the bed got like kind of wavy. But this is how I sleep on the bed, okay? So I take one side of the bed, because even when my wife isn't here, you know, I like to sleep on one side of the bed, because that's her side, right? But when we sleep together, obviously, I sleep on one side. You can't look at Krita the same. So I'm here, okay? This is my body. She says, and my wife says this, she says that I sleep weird. Like, I genuinely sleep like a strange person. Because she sleeps like a normal person. She sleeps on her side, right? Like, let's say this is my, like, wife, right? She sleeps on her side like a normal person, right? Sorry, her leg got fucked up there. She sleeps on her side kind of like a normal person, or she sleeps like, just like, you know, comfortably, right? I sleep like this. And this is going to look weird, but let me explain. My hands are not on my crotch. They're not actually on my body. They're under my ass cheeks. But specifically, the palms are facing down. The top of my hands are under my ass cheeks. Because what I like to do, and it feels really nice, is I like to rub my hands against the fabric of my pants, as well as the bed, until it starts to feel smooth. And then when my hands start to go numb, like it feels nice, and then I go to sleep. That's how I sleep. And I stay like this the entire night. Like, I don't move. I stay in this position the entire night. And then I wake up. And the way that I wake up is I just open my eyes. And I rise straight up. So it's like... So imagine if this is the side view, okay? This is me. I just rise straight up. And then I move my hands. That's me. I don't know why I sleep like a vampire, but it is genuinely comfortable for me, and I really enjoy rubbing my hands until they're like, I don't know, smooth. You're learning too much. Well, now you know. Now you know that this is how people truly sleep, right? Because the V-neck doesn't help. Because for me, the thing is, when I'm like this, I do kind of rotate left and right. So imagine this entire time, I'm like rotating left and right, but I'm not actually turning to face it. I'm just kind of like moving my body because my back needs to fit in nice, right? Because my back and my shoulders have to fit in. And so what happens is that the shirt slowly constricts my throat. So it's like, I don't know, imagine like this is my throat. So the V-neck shirt is like this, right? I don't know how to draw a V-neck. So the V-neck shirt is kind of like this, right? And eventually, this thing eventually tightens up until eventually I can't breathe anymore. And then I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, "Ugh!" And I have to like pull the shirt off. It's like, it gets way too uncomfortably tight. So I sleep topless with my vampire pose. As I put my hands under my ass cheeks and I rub it. Not my ass cheeks, but like I rub my hands against the fabric to make it feel smooth. So I think with my feet actually. So the entire time, my feet are kind of like this, right? I'm basically moving them like this the entire night. Because what I'm doing is I'm smoothing the top of my feet until it feels nice, and then I sleep. I sleep in like a fucked up way. Actually, now that I think about it, it's really fucked up. Anyways, that's what I got up to. Well, I got up to more, but not everything is for stream. But at least you know what I got up to. But that's also why I haven't really had much time to work on things for the stream. But this coming February, I have a lot of time. Actually, for the most part, I have a lot of time. I'm actually finishing my contract, finally, the on-call stuff this weekend. And then I am just waiting for interviews. And the interviews have been going pretty well. The thing about the interviews, though, is that I don't know if this is true or not, but I've always been somebody who takes a long time to get a response. Even a positive response seems to take a very long time for me to get. Like, it might be months before they say, hey, we want to hire you. It's like, okay, cool. But I don't know if that's true for everybody. And I wonder if it's actually a sign that I'm actually not that hireable. So please let me know if that's common for you too, where it takes months for them to get back to you to like be like, oh, you can or can't be hired, right? Because at least for me, it takes a while to get to like, you know, the phase 30 of like, okay, come meet the team. But it's been going well. I mean, obviously, at some point, once I do get the job, the streaming times will go less and less, and that's sort of how it goes. But that doesn't mean that it still won't be a thing that I'm taking seriously, because there's a lot of things that I want to do as well. You've heard it's common these past several years. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what I've heard too from my friend group, but I wasn't really sure how true it is outside of like our Toronto bubble, because it's like Toronto being one of those weird cities where it's like if you're not a top dog or a blue collar, you're basically worthless. It's actually kind of a painful thing about the city is that there's a lot. It's not even like a status thing. It's just more like in the sense of, for some reason, those are the only real jobs here, and so it's like you don't really have much of an in between where you just do stuff for the part time or you do other things because like the prices are too high, and the income is too low, and the opportunities are too sparse, and businesses don't really get too much of a kickback, and so it's like hard to unless you're large, then businesses can like go forever especially if you're in like mining and like stuff. But for the most part, Canada is like a very weird place, so I was just kind of curious if it's like a common thing. No response means that you'll never get one. That too, actually, I have noticed that too. I mean, I've been noticing that for like years, but like it's weird how like for me, I can't tell if I'm getting a no response or if I'm gonna get something. But so when you apply to Google, they have this application thing. You can only submit 3 at a time, and you must wait 6 months between all 3 applications. So if you submit 3, you have to wait 6 months between all of them before you can submit more. The problem is that my applications haven't moved a single time in the past like year and a half. And it's crazy because I actually was about to go to Google. Like I just decided not to because I was like, I don't want to move to the States. Good idea, mind you. This was like maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, so this is pretty good. But I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to move to the States. Maybe I would like to stay here in the Canada. And they're like, sorry, no, not not even. I think it was Waterloo has spaces for you, but there, yeah, like now it's just those applications are just sit there. Whereas before, I felt like they got picked up within 3 to 6 months, and I was like, this is pretty good. Whereas now it's like it's been a year and a half, and they're still just sitting there waiting. And what's funny is that I don't like from the UI, I can't even cancel them, so I can't even submit new ones because the queue is full. So I don't know what to do. At least last time I tried, it was like, sorry, you can't do that. Like there's just you have too many applications or like something. It's like, oh, okay. So I'll have to try it again at some point. But yeah, it's very fascinating to like see that there's no way to tell if it's like a no response or if it's just a response that takes a while. There's been a lot of places that have taken months. Like it's like I remember this other place that I was thinking of going to before I got another position, but they took like 4 months to get back to me, and then it was like, you were the best candidate that we had. And I thought I bombed that one because I was so nervous that day for some reason. Like it was the first of like the cycle, so then and for me, first of cycle is always the hardest one. But I went into it thinking like, oh god, I like bombed it. You read advice that if they don't text you, you should text them first. Be like, yo, how's that job application doing? I've tried that honestly, and I don't think it works. I don't think it works because I don't know how to say this. I don't think it matters if you're top of mind. At least as far as I've seen when I've been doing the hiring, right? It matters how the queue goes, and it matters exactly how the team themselves have time to go through things. Because it's like, even if you tell them that you exist, it's like, it doesn't really matter if you're at the bottom of the queue and the queue is like 1,000 applicants long and their team is just not equipped to deal with thousands of applications, in like a reasonable manner, right? So it's like, at least as far as I could tell, it just seemed like no matter what you do, you're just sort of like waiting until they... And usually it seemed like what happened is that they'll pick somebody before they've done the full list because they found someone that's like a really good fit and they want to capitalize on it now. And then it's like, okay, bye. You know what I mean? But it's like, that's never been me. Anyways, that's why the streaming stuff will continue going on. And why the streaming stuff is so important. And why the accountability circle is so important, because it's all a part of our attempt to get a job, because there's so many things that we have to go through in order to actually present ourselves in a way that the world appreciates. And to begin with, we're gonna do the accountability circle. Oh yeah, that's right, you are jobless too. I have a song for you all before we move on to today's game, which is a climbing game. The song is going to be completely nonsensical compared to the game. At least if you don't know the language. But also, like, even if you know the language, like, the song is not going to have any relation to what the game is going to be. But the song is so good that I just wanted to listen to it with you all. In fact, it's an entire album that I posted recently. It can still be 1 week, and users can say certain goals will take... Yes, so you can say that some goals will take longer than 2 weeks, and you can still state what their progress is, yes. It's just check-ins or like a weekly thing. So it's just like, we check in every week, but you don't have to be complete with the goal in 1 week, because some goals... Like, you can't make a font in 1 week, okay? That chatter has been working on a font for probably like 7 years, and they're still working on it. Alright? We might actually... Like, I genuinely might be banned before they ever finish their fonts. So it's like, it's perfectly understandable that it would take longer than 2 weeks. The song that one day, one day paid. Don't worry, this song will make you feel happy. I actually really enjoy the song. The song is, even if you understand the lyrics, it's not gonna make any sense to why why I'm listening to this song as we're playing the game, because it's like the game that we're going to be playing is completely different from sort of like what this is. Sorry, also I can hear my audio, it's like fuck it up, sorry. Did I sound robotic? Sorry, just like, there we go, now I'm fixed. And the reason why I'm playing this song is because the album is amazing, and this song apparently hit like the top of quite a few charts actually over in Southeast Asia. I don't know exactly how true this is though, because the charts, I don't know how to say this, but like there is no centralized music authority in Southeast Asia. It's like every single place has its own, and there's so many places in Southeast Asia that like every single one has a different way of calculating sort of like what is the What is what like why it's there? Can Gaia be explained? Oh, the Gaia online thing. I will soon if I figure out if it's even the thing that I want to use. But Gaia online, it's like playing dress up. And in fact, I can even do as a backdrop. Holy shit, chat, you're a genius. I can do as a backdrop. I don't know, some like Gaia like dancing thing. I swear there's like a Gaia dancing world thing. If it's not the barbecue song, then I don't want to hear it. I refuse to play the King Barbecue song. It was the worst song. You don't understand. That song was stuck in my head for like months because my wife kept playing it. Customize, create your perfect fish tank. HTTP only, sure. Oh my god, it's using Flash. No shit. Wow. First name I see. You sure? You only need fish once, sure. First name I see. Oh, okay. Shut up. Okay, first name I see. Yeah. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah. Okay, just leave it alone. Alright. This is Gaia online. First name I see. Okay? Just a fish tank, but you can dress yourself up and you make yourself look like a certain way. There's a small fish. First name I see. Perfect. I need to mute this. I'm gonna put this as a background as we listen to the music. Hey, chat. This song is not gonna make any sense when you listen to it for the game that we're going to be playing. But I think this song is a beautiful song because this whole album is actually insanely good. This whole album actually surprised me for how good it is. It's not even the fact that it's like on the chart. It's just the fact that there's so much like high quality vocal songwriting, production to it, and even a diversity of styles. I think works really well with the singer's voice. I've known about the singer for a while, but I didn't get the chance to like listen to this album for about, let's say, because this album released like a month ago. I'd only just caught up, and when I listened to it, I listened to the whole thing. That's how good it was. Thank you, streamer. You know that you are a genius. It's great. It's always great when it's us. See, thank you. You're welcome. I noticed you. You were the only person who didn't die during the RV trip. You don't like the starfish's tongue. It is doing a little ahegao. It is like this chatter is doing like an ahegao every now and then, and it is kind of weird actually. It's like an ahegao starfish. Okay, look. Just look at the ahegao starfish as you listen to the song and just take in the vibes. It's gonna make you feel happy. And I want you to feel happier for just a moment because I'm going to ruin your life afterwards and make you feel unhappy in just a moment as we get to Karen. This whole album is amazing, but I really enjoyed this song from it. And I think all the songs are really, really good. But in terms of the vibe that I want to get you into, this is the one. Please enjoy this song. Even if you understand it, it doesn't make any sense for what we're going to be playing. And it's going to sound a little poppy, but sometimes pop is fine to listen to, even if it is a little stale at times. Same with like a romance song. The song is really, really good. Ayan. It's one thing to take note is that when you do Google Translate it, because especially if you don't know the language, it says like it like the translation is very literal, and it says like somebody not you or like someone not you. It's like it's really closer to saying the phrase nobody but you. You know what I mean? Nobody but you. As in like I want nobody but you. It's a song about sort of that feeling of like you want to have nobody but them. And like no one else can possibly satisfy you. Also, you're all going to die soon. I didn't know that like the fish have life expectancy. So Mint dies in 18 weeks. Tawali dies in 2 weeks. Lloyd Hentai is gonna die in Moro is going to die in 15 weeks. Lloyd Hentai is going to die in 6 weeks. And for somehow, Hepasaurus is immortal. I actually don't know how, but the hermit cat is an immortal fish. And I don't know how not only is she a genius, she's also immortal. Wait, what? Sorry. Shy and reclusive, the hermit cat doesn't care much for people, but with some love and attention, it will warm up shared strange political beliefs with you. Okay, Heb, DM me right now who you voted for. DM me right now who you voted for. I will judge you, okay? I will not judge you. But that album's really good. The whole album is amazing. It's sort of an interesting album where so a number of things are sort of weird about the album. It's named Jeo, so it's like the word Jeo is a million. So usually you say it in the context of like say money or something, because the Vietnamese dong is sort of so hyperinflated that like a million is like I think it's like only a hundred bucks. But also the album is called Jeo, and then phase one of three because she actually uses English in her songs, and it's really good too. But I don't know what it means by phase one of three, because what do you mean phase one of three? Is this the first of the three albums that you're going to do? And why did you name the album phase one of three as a subtitle? Sort of a weird naming for it. The artist is named Vistra. I think the intention, but I don't really know because I've never read an interview by her. But I imagine the intention behind her name is a bit like the word Astra. So sort of like astral, as in you're above everyone, you're a star, you're shining like a star. And you actually see this, if, at least from the album. I think the final song of the album is literally "You're a Star" or something. Sorry, second last song is "I'm a Star," but just see the V for Vietnamese and then just flipped upside down to make it look cool and like stylized, right? She's actually been a singer for a very, very long time. I think since at least I've noticed since 2023 from her older album, that was also really good. But she's apparently had singles for like a while now. But I just don't really know how to like. I've never heard her older singles from 2022 and 2021. It seems like, and then this, and there's probably more like stuff before then. V for Vendetta. It's her political manifesto. Step one, top the music charts. Step two, manifesto. Step three, bombing. I'm gonna get banned. You might be onto something. I may be abetting a terrorist here. But until she does that, she's a really. Until she does that, you should listen to her songs before it's no longer kosher. Because her songs are really, really good. All of her collaborators are extremely good too. Because that song, if you just listen to it as a whole, it is a fairly sort of like basic romance song. It's like one of the, but this is in my opinion, this song is good, but it's also the floor of the album. As in, like, this is in my mind the least interesting song from the entire album. So the entire album is an amazing album, but even in this song, the production of it is so clean and so nice that everything sounds amazing. It's got an interesting soundscape too, where it plays a lot with like the traditional sound of like a Vietnamese pop romance song that even has like a lot of like, it's almost like a bit of like a V-pop in the West influence as well. Sort of like a fascinating style of song that you don't really hear anymore. That she executes very well with her voice, but her voice works in so many different songs, and the production of her entire album is amazing. And like the way that, I don't know what the actual like term for it is, but like the actual like the backing rhythm and the melody and stuff, it's all done extremely well when she does switch over to other genres of songs. If you can listen to the entire album, I give you the link to the YouTube link. Stop using Spotify because I found out Spotify used to have ads for Ice on it. I had no clue. My bad. And so I stopped using it because I'm like, I don't want to give them money anymore. I mean, I don't want to give any of these companies money, but I do want to listen to music. So it's that's kind of hard. At least on YouTube, if you get ad block, you can actually technically pirate the songs and never have to deal with an ad. Hot tip for you all. So yeah, if you don't want to support Ice, go get YouTube Music like I have, and listen to this album. It's really, really good. And it's sort of fascinating because like all of her collaborators, you can sort of like go down the rabbit hole of what they've made, and every single one is extremely good at what they've done too. Like the person that's credited on this song, Tyrone. I don't really know how to pronounce their like name. Tyrone. They also have their own separate music as well. And I can't tell if they're a producer or a singer, but all of their songs are very interesting. They even sort of like blend different genres. Like I heard a song that was very jazzy at its core, while also sounding very, very sort of like a classic bolero style Vietnamese song. And I was like, this is a very interesting sound that works very, very well. So highly recommend that you check out everything that's there. Vietnamese music has been getting very interesting. It's always been interesting, actually. Vietnamese music has always been interesting. But I've been really enjoying these like new artists that have been coming out because I feel like they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible, right? You heard a bit of it with that other artist, T Lin, sort of her pushing the boundary on like her side with R&B and hip hop and stuff. And then you have all of her collaborators as well pushing the boundary in just like especially electronic music. I don't know how to say this, but like Vietnam's electronic music usually follows the same sort of like it's called Virt House. Is it called Virt House? I think it's called Virt House, where it has this. I'll just play it for you. Virt House. It has like a very particular beat that once you hear it, you can't stop hearing it. Is this a good example? Vina House. Vina House. That's what oh god. Once you hear this beat, this was a plague on the entire electronic industry, music industry for so long. So long! Oh, it sounds good now, right? Now listen to an hour into that mix. It's the same fucking sound. And I don't know why Vina House evolved to be that sound. But Vina House is characterized by that one beat, and that's for the longest time. That's been like the only electronic music that I've heard coming out of Vietnam. Now it's actually getting like very interesting. Now we're starting to hear things that like, I don't know, feel, at least in my mind, comparable to what Skrillex has been doing for like recently. Where like Skrillex's recent songs have been really, really interesting. But like not even him. Just like a whole bunch of them. V for Vendetta House! Wait, you're right. Vina House. Holy shit, Chad. Vina House. V in a house. Vendetta in a house. Holy shit. You're on the something, chat. Oh my god. I think we cracked the code. I think we cracked the code. Everyone, we have to go to everyone. We're gonna do an IRL stream in Vietnam. We're gonna go to every single goddamn house. But yeah, music industry has been getting very, very good. It's always been good, but I think within the past 2-3 years, there's been so many new artists coming out, and they've all been amazing. And even in the past 2 or 3 years, there's even been a lot of investment. It feels like from Vietnam as a whole, where there's new shows coming out for like for music too that like now feel comparable to say like what South Korea was like doing for like a very long time. You have shows for like indie artists to like go on and show off their like stuff. You have collaborations with like say China and like their music industry to do very interesting music shows too that like have many different people show up. Vietnam is even showing up in like South Korean shows to like, you know, to like do certain things like say music shows and stuff. There's been a lot of interesting developments within the space that I've been really enjoying from the industry. And you know, that's why I've been keeping an eye on it. It's why I've been sort of like indulging myself in this deluge of amazing artists coming out and really making some amazing stuff. And it's not even like the old artists have like gone away. All the old artists are still there and they're still making amazing things. It's just it seems like this new crop of like artists that are now entering the scene. They're really standing out and making their own mark in the industry, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, listen to that album. It's a really strong album. In 2 weeks, we'll see if these chatters die. If you do, I'll try to make you happy before you die. I guess I'll give you as much happiness as I can. And I'll think about if Gaia Online is good for the fishing stream. I mean, for the fashion stream, because I don't know if it is yet, but I will say you can. There's a lot of clothing, chat. There's a lot of clothing. Like, I'm not kidding you. There is a ton of clothing. Look at this. There is a shit ton of clothing. You can look like anything. I've actually recreated a number of looks that would probably make me like. It's probably not good to show on stream. But there was even somebody who like made a cum jar. Let me find it. Where's the cum jar? Cum jar. Cum jar. That's fine. Look at this. This is all within the game base. This is somebody's Gaia Online character. Wait, where's the cum jar? They even made a cum jar fairy. That's how good this game is. So we might use this. But we're going to move on now. Because the whole point of this isn't to show off Gaia Online yet. I'm still testing it out to see if it works. The whole point of this was to do the accountability circle, and then we move on into the rest of this. I now know who Heb voted for. We're going to move on, and we're going to play some Karen, because there's a lot to talk about life and my frustrations with life thus far. Give me a moment to set things up. You may have gotten happy with the song, and you may have been happy seeing the cum jar, but it's time to make you unhappy now, because there's now the struggle of life as we climb this mountain and try to make it and try to make our way through this like terrible place. I need a moment. I'm going to make a sandwich. I'm going to make a sandwich, and when I'm back, we're going to be doing some VR chat programming. Setup is going to take a while. I'm going to assume maybe 7 to 10 minutes because I need to make a sandwich to eat to get the energy to do so. Then I also need to set up the VR stuff, which I kind of have ready, but not really. I did not just shit myself. That was my hand rubbing across my desk. And we're going to try this out, okay? We're going to do co-working in VR chat. Again, if you want to join, you can download VR chat and join me in the instance itself. Just add me on Steam. Give me your Steam ID so I can add you. Sure. And we'll get it going, okay, chat? Be back in just a moment. BRB, please enjoy this Dark Academia playlist to romanticize studying math by Helder. Just sit here for a moment.